Bit of a fiery interview on Sunday morning in the recent intelligence leaks that some Republicans believe came directly from the Obama White House. Fox's Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday challenging the president's senior advisor, David Plouffe, on that. Have a listen.
Well, everyone is obviously going to participate in the investigation. You've got, again, 2 United States attorneys that have been appointed by the Attorney General of the United States who are going to look thoroughly into this. They're going to talk to anybody they want to.
Has the president ordered his staff to come forward?
Obviously, everyone is going to participate in the investigation.
I want to bring in my next guest now. Part of a bipartisan group demanding to know who leaked this information. Michigan Congressman Mike Rogers, the Republican and chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. And, sir, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to go through a couple of these items here that were chewed about on Sunday. Will the president order whomever was involved in this to come forward? David Plouffe would not say. Now, what is your position on that?
Well, one of the things that we've called for all the way through this is a fair and thorough investigation. Fair being it shouldn't be a partisan witch hunt, and thorough meaning they should have access to everybody wherever the leads may take it, including the higher echelons of the White House or the National Security Council. And so it only serves when the president's senior advisor goes on TV and tries to obfuscate a little bit. It just raises those concerns. Can the Attorney General appoint 2 attorneys to do an investigation where the White House may or may not cooperate? And that's concerning. This may be one of the most damaging leaks this country has ever suffered because of the cascade or parade of these leaks over the last couple of years, and we need to get a handle on this.
You get a sense, though, that Republicans and perhaps some Democrats, too, like, well, Joe Lieberman, now listed as an independent, it's almost as if they smell blood in the water. Do you have that sense?
Well, I mean, I don't think as an old FBI investigator you should go in having any conclusions on where this investigation might take you. But clearly there are some indicators that it is at the senior levels of access. Somebody very senior had access to both material and the Situation Room. That's a very small number of people. So it tells you that they are more senior in the White House. And so I hope it's not for political reasons that people smell blood in the water, but if we don't get this thing stopped and we don't show the American people that, and our allies, by the way, that we can keep secrets in this country on very sensitive issues, we're in a lot of trouble.
Well, you clearly have a sense of this. Where does your sense tell you this leads?
Well, I mean, clearly someone has a very senior clearance levels, meaning that they are in a position in the government to have very sensitive classified information that not a lot of other people in the government will have, that they had access to the Situation Room at least on one occasion, if not 2 occasions. So both of those things are very, very concerning to me, and it tells you that the leaks are coming from fairly senior individuals. And that's, I think, what is concerning us about a fair and thorough investigation.
Right, what David
and so the Attorney General is just going to have to come make that point to us.
What David Plouffe did say is that the president did not authorize any of this. His comment was, no, of course, he did not. Now, do you think the president should sit down with investigators and answer their questions?
I only think that would be appropriate if that's where the leads take them. My concern is the Attorney General structured in a way that he can have an investigation that might go as high as the President of the United States? That's our concern about a fair and thorough investigation. You can't have them say for political reasons nobody had anything to do with it, just like you shouldn't say for political reasons we think the President did it. I think both of those are probably wrong, but the investigators should have the opportunity if that's where the leads take them.
All right, you mentioned the Attorney General. He's appointed 2 attorneys to look at this. One apparently gave donations to the Obama team and Democrats over the years. Senator Lieberman mentioned a special counsel is needed here. I'm assuming you would back Senator Lieberman based on our conversation here. Is that right?
I feel that we're not where we need to be when it comes to a thorough and independent investigative body that has the access that they need, that doesn't have any political influence. These folks are in the chain of command of the Attorney General and the President of the United States. If you have to investigate it, the Attorney General is going to have to come forward and tell us how he can do that without any undue influence in that investigation. That's a very high standard.
Has your team made that call to Eric Holder?
We have asked him to come in and talk to us about how he plans to do it, My committee is doing a preliminary review that is still underway, at least on the Yemeni bomber leak issue. And so we're trying to determine, listen, is this the right structure? And if it is, come tell us why it is. And if it's not, then we're going to have to step in and do something about it.
Mike Rogers, thank you. We'll be in touch with you and the rest of that bipartisan
Thanks,
group
Brian.
there on the Hill on this. Thanks.